Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Tay. I'm such a lover of beauty and makeup and I love to create lifestyle content. So if that's what you're looking for, you're in the right place. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and stick around because you don't want to be missing out on any future uploads because I'm uploading every Monday, Wednesday and Friday. So guys, in today's video, I'm going to show you how to achieve a beautiful, healthy, glowy, juicy, lit from within, smooth skin. This is the makeup look that I have done and I'm going to show you how to achieve that. So please keep watching. I hope you enjoy the video. So guys, I'm firstly going to start off with some skin prep. Skin prep is one of the most important things to achieve a flawless foundation base. So I'm going to start off by moisturizing my skin with a little bit of serum. This is the Beauty Bay Hydrating Serum. But in order for this to absorb into my skin, I'm going to spray my face with a mist. This one's just one from Primark, it's the Serenity one. I'm just going to take a little bit of serum and rub it into my skin. Now that my serum has soaked in, I'm next going to prepare my skin with an SPF. There are always UV rays around us and we don't want our skin to be damaged. I've been using this for a little while. This is the Kiko SPF 30. So I'm just going to take some on my hand. You can use any SPF at all that's suitable to be used on the face. Now comes the moisturiser. The moisturiser is very important in our daily skincare routine. So whatever moisturiser you choose, you have to look at the ingredients. If it has ingredients such as hyaluronic acid, that is a bonus. If it has a SPF, that's even more of a bonus. I normally use the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Cream. This has some hydrating ingredients for my skin, and as soon as you put this onto your skin, you actually feel hydrated. I'm just going to gently massage this into my skin. Make sure to take your moisturiser under your eyes. You can also use an eye cream under your eyes because an eye cream is much thinner in consistency, and when you massage it under your eyes or on top of your eyelids, it doesn't drag the skin. We're now going to move on to the next step, which is preparing for the makeup. I like to use a moisturizing, illuminating primer before I go in with the foundation. Primer is a base that you apply underneath your foundation to give like a smooth canvas for the foundation to apply, and it also prevents your foundation from being absorbed into your skin. I'm going to be using today the Glamglow Glow Starter Illuminating Moisturizer. So it's a moisturizer and primer in one. And this is what it looks like. It's got like a slight orange tint to it. It's very glowy. If you're using an illuminating primer, just make sure it doesn't have any shimmer in it, because shimmer in real life, it can make your face look a bit too sheeny and glittery. In pictures it might look fine, but if you're wearing it for every day, it might not be suitable. So I'm just going to gently apply this to my face, and you can see the glow it has started to give me. Can you see that? Right, I've let it sit for a few minutes and it's nicely absorbed into my skin. It's left my skin a little bit tacky. If it is feeling a little bit tacky, a little bit sticky, it's a good thing, because when you apply your foundation, that means your foundation will stick to it. One step that I will advise you is that if you have a lot of darkness around your face, whether it's under your eyes or around your mouth, use an orange corrector before you go in with your foundation. I don't have as much darkness. The amount of darkness that I have, it's okay to cover it with a good concealer, but if it's any more than this, go in with an orange corrector or a red corrector depending on your skin tone. One of the most important tools that you need is a beauty sponge. This one is from e.l.f. It's like a very porous sponge. I don't know if you can see. I would highly recommend grabbing this sponge if you have access to e.l.f. where you live, because this sponge blends any foundation very, very flawlessly, and that's one of the secrets that you need to know. Today I'm going going to use the foundation from L'Oreal. It's the L'Oreal 24-hour Fresh Wear. This foundation has some very good qualities. It's suitable for any kind of skin, whether you have dry skin, combination skin, oily skin. It has a good solid medium coverage, which is what you need. It makes your skin look like as though it's skin, as though you're not wearing much makeup. So I'm going to take this on my sponge and apply it to my face. I'm just going to start off just like this. Can you see the skin? I'm going to blend this side as well. I've done my foundation and I don't know if you can see how flawless it looks. Now, one trick I'm going to tell you is wherever you get fine lines on your face, you want to take the tip of your sponge and you want to drag off some extra foundation that's layered up on there. So I normally get my smile lines collecting some foundation when I smile during the day. So I'm just going to take the tip of my sponge and what I'm going to do is slowly just remove some excess foundation and around my nose, and you won't get that creasing. Right, now I'm going to go in with a concealer. If you get creasing under your eyes, I would recommend going in with the concealer under your eyes first before you put your foundation on, because as you can see, I've blended my foundation all the way up to here but not into my crease lines, but there's still some in this area. What that's going to do now is create a layer of this and a layer of this, so double layers of product underneath my eyes is going to cause creasing. I don't get that much creasing under my eyes, so I'm happy to use foundation, layer it on top with the concealer. But if you are someone who experiences a lot of creasing under the eyes, go in with the concealer first and then apply the foundation, because then you know you only want to go in the areas where the concealer is not applied. Your concealer has to be in a very small amount, right? Take a good coverage concealer. I'm taking the one from Born This Way Too Faced. What you want to do is just take just a little bit where your darkness is, like this. You don't need a hell of a lot of concealer. You don't need to go all the way under your eyes. Take the tip of your sponge and start slowly dabbing it all the way across underneath your eye, because that product that you've applied, it's a very small amount of product, but you want to spread that in the whole area. And what that's going to do is create a very thin layer, preventing it from creasing. You want to take it all the way to the outer corner, bring it down. You're lifting this area here. You're taking it all the way into the inner corner as well, where there is a little bit of darkness. And can you see? Can you see the difference? And then you want to take the other side of your sponge where there's no concealer, and you just want to go on top of that and absorb in any excess product. The amount of product that you've applied is in a very thin layer. It's a small amount of product, so it's not going to start creasing. I'm going to blend out the other eye. There we are. Now what you're going to do is set your under eyes where you've applied the concealer. I'm going to take a loose powder. This is by Terry. This is their hyaluronic hydra powder. I'm going to show you best method to apply the powder, because you don't want to go in with a heavy layer of powder. If you go in with a heavy layer of powder, you're going to get creasing and your eyes are going to look very, very dry. You don't want that. Take a little bit on the lid and go in with one side of the tip of the beauty blender. Soak up some of the product. Now what you're going to do is take your hand, just dab off the product just like this. Then you have a very thin layer of the product on the sponge, and you're just going to take that thin layer and go underneath your eye and set. There we are. Can you see? Then we go back in to the lid again, just load up with a little bit of product, go back on the back of your hand, go across your eye, just applying that thin layer into the area where you applied concealer, and there we are. Now the second part you want to set is areas where you get creasing and where you get oily. If you get oily around the nose or on the chin or this area, do the same method and set that area. Second area you want to set is where you get creasing. So I get creasing around my smile lines and on my chin, so I'm going to set that. I'm not getting oily at the moment, so I don't need to powder my whole T-zone. I'm just going to powder around this area. So same method. I'm going to just powder around in areas where I get creasing, and voila, it's as easy as that. Don't worry about setting the rest of your face, because the rest of your face will be set with other powders such as your blush, your bronzer, your contour powder. You don't need to worry about setting the rest of your face just yet. If you apply the powder on the rest of your face now, and then you apply more powders on top, such as your blush, your bronzer, it layers up and it cakes up your face. It defeats the purpose of your skin looking flawless and smooth. So I'm going to show you a little trick. Keep watching. Now we're going to move on to giving our face a little bit of dimension. Around the perimeters of your face is an area where you don't get as much creasing as you would in the middle of your face. So you can layer up different products such as creams because you're not going to see that creasing there. I'm going to recommend using some cream product around that area to keep your skin looking healthy, flawless and realistic. Cream products look a lot less cakey in comparison to powder products. So I'm going to take the e.l.f. putty blush in the shade Feelin Shady, and I'm just taking a stippling brush. When you're using a brush to contour, you want to dab the product very gently. You don't want to drag it because what you've done underneath, you don't want to lose that. I'm just going to go around this area and around here, just underneath my cheek and on the side of my nose. You can contour according to your face shape. If you're not sure on how to do that, I can do a tutorial for you. I can explain how your face shape can change or brighten your face. If you do want to see that, leave me a comment down below. I can try and explain some facts about that I know of. So as you can see, just a little bit of natural contour, not too much. It's kind of sculpted my face, it's given it a shape. So I'm going to go on the other side as well. I'm next going to apply a cream blush. I'm going to use this cream blush stick from Soda. It's called Pinky Swear. And what I'm going to do is just take a stippling brush, go over that, and just go over my face with a little bit of blush, just to give it a little bit of wash of colour. And what you want to do is go in with the side that you used your foundation and just pat this out to give it a seamless look just on the edges of your contour, because you don't want too many harsh lines around it. Now I'm going to take the Too Faced Natural Face palette. I'm going to start off by taking the bronzer shade, which is this one. It's called Sunny Honey, and we're just going to set the bronzer. This is such a beautiful bronzer, and it has a little bit of a sheen to it, so it doesn't keep your skin looking too flat. If you go in with a bronzer, like a baked bronzer, which normally has a sheen to it, it would actually make your skin look very luminous and healthy. And then I'm going to go in with Pink Wink, which is the blush, and just set this blush ever so slightly. Finally, I'm going to go in with the highlighter Starlight. What you want to do is you want to find out where your natural sheen is. As my blush and bronzer both had a bit of sheen to it, you can see there's a bit of natural glow already. But where your light hits your cheekbone, which is this area, this is where you want to apply your highlighter. Just there. You can put in a little bit on your chin or in the middle of your forehead, just very, very slightly to give it a sheen. I like to put a little bit on the bridge of my nose. One final time, I'm just going to take the foundation side of my beauty blender and gently tap around my face. And this is my flawless face. Right, I'm now going to go off camera and I'm going to do my eyebrows, my eyes and my lips, and I'll just be right back. Hey guys, I'm back and I don't actually have a brush downstairs to use on my hair, so I'm just going to have to make do with what I have. But yes, this is the final look. The skin looks glowy, smooth, very much skin-like, and that's how you can achieve this kind of look using these kind of products, similar techniques. If you are somebody who gets a lot of oils in your T-zone, you will need to go in and powder during the day. You can use a similar technique where you have a wet sponge and just powder. And if you're going to powder with a brush, just take a small tapered brush, go in with your powder, don't go directly into your skin. Do the same and tap off any excess powder on the back of your hand, and then go and set very, very lightly around the areas where you are getting oily. And that is all, my friends. Thank you so much for watching. I love you all, and I will see you in my next video. Mwah!